Downtown Austin changes all the time, and it can be hard to keep up. But there's a new program that can help. The XOXO Downtown Austin app has curated art tours, business and restaurant listings, events, and you can plan and book your parking spot in advance too. Visit @Downtown Austin on Instagram and look for a link in today's show notes for the XOXO Downtown Austin app. Plus, if you sign up for text alerts today, you could win one of 5 gift cards to spend at downtown businesses. So maybe I'll see y'all out there. Hello, it's the Friday News Roundup. Today on CityCast Austin, the week is finally over, and I am here with the CityCast Austin team to talk about the big news in our city this week. We're getting into the protests in Austin, Taylor Pride, the air traffic controller staffing shortage at the airport, and the latest on the THC ban. It's Friday, June 13th. I'm Nikki Devon, and this is what Austin's talking about. Hello. Happy Friday. I am here with the illustrious Kelsey Bradshaw, our newsletter editor. Hey, Kelsey.
Hello.
And the brilliant Eva Ruth Moravec, our executive producer. What's up, Eva Ruth?
Hello.
Happy Friday the 13th, y'all.
Oh, I didn't realize it was a spooky day.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes. Let's get into the news. In Austin and across the country, protesters have come out to oppose the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Activity, or ICE, in Los Angeles. And this all kicked off with arrests in LA and protests last week on June 6th. And after a couple of days, President Donald Trump sent in the National Guard.
Dun, dun, dun.
So Monday night, in solidarity with LA protesters, hundreds of Austinites protested ICE in the city and the Trump administration's mass deportations. It started as a peaceful organization in front of the Capitol. However, things escalated into the evening when law enforcement sprayed eye irritant after warning demonstrators to disperse. Late on Monday, Governor Greg Abbott posted on X that people were arrested by Texas DPS and Austin PD. And, quote, peaceful protesting is legal, but once you cross the line, you will be arrested.
Wait, you didn't say the best part of his tweet. Fuck around and find out.
FAFO means F around and find out?
Yes. Mm-hmm. You know, he's in charge of sending in Texas Department of Public Safety troopers, and they were sent in. So I think like for a while, things were fine. Like APD was chasing protesters around the street. And then when the Texas DPS gets involved, it's like more force. Then the other side's going to escalate a little bit too. You know, it's kind of like this standoff situation.
So DPS used tear gas. APD did not use tear gas. APD used, they call it a pepper ball. And it's just, which is such a cute name, but it's just pepper spray. And Chief Lisa Davis, she came out and did a press conference on Tuesday, and she was talking about what happened and how APD only arrested 8 people. DPS arrested 5 people.
Yeah.
Chief Davis was saying how people were like graffitiing federal buildings, or like, I think even trying to like break stuff on a federal building. And then there were reports, she said, of people throwing rocks at officers and spitting at officers, and 4 officers were injured. The Austin American-Statesman confirmed that Davis did not ask for DPS's help with this protest. Like, she wasn't, APD wasn't like, oh my God, we're so overwhelmed, we need the state to come help. The state just came and helped.
Which is what they always do. They just show up and create chaos because no one can tell who is who or what's happening or who's in charge. Also, you're a grown man in charge of a state. Don't say fuck around and find out. Settle down.
Yeah.
That's the thing I think he's copying from the Trump administration. I believe like Homeland Security has tweeted that out a handful of times when it comes to, undocumented people. And they're like, yeah, we're going to arrest people. And
it's a weird flex.
Yeah, it's an embarrassing, weird, like, what are you doing? You're the governor.
It's like, what? Who is running this? And why are you saying that?
That is something that you say to someone that's an enemy, or someone that you are in you know what I mean? Like someone that you got beef with, someone that you have problems with.
Mhm.
That's what I say to my dog when he's about to get his muddy paws on my bed after he's been outside when it's raining.
You know what I'm saying? Like that is a threat. You are not using that correctly. It is not yours to use.
Yeah.
You are like, sit down, cut it out. Cut it out.
It's weird. It was weird.
Also, he could have just ended. I know we're getting too focused on this, but he could have just, like, peaceful protesting is legal, but once you cross the line, you will be arrested. Okay.
That's it.
Perfect.
Okay.
That is actually
Yeah.
a threat in and of itself enough. And I think that their concern is, just to put it out there, like they don't want to see, I think when they see things like what happened in Los Angeles when properties getting destroyed and people are throwing bricks at police officers driving by, like that lawlessness, is what really terrifies Abbott. And I think other like conservatives too, they do not want to see that happening, and so
maybe they should stop bending the law and ripping people away from their families, because actually
it's a response to what's happening. Yeah. So it just becomes this like tit for tat, like, okay, you're doing this, so we're doing that. So you said fuck around and find out. So we're going to fuck around, and find out.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. On Tuesday, Abbott said that he's going to be deploying the Texas National Guard to protests like throughout the state to ensure peace and order. And I think there are like 60 different protests. Some of those might have already happened. I guess the biggest one is this Saturday planned protest in a lot of cities for No Kings that is like coinciding with Trump's big $45 million military birthday parade that he's throwing himself. And so there's a No Kings protest happening in Austin. A bunch of people are expected to come out. It's I think at 5 at the Capitol. APD has said that they're going to be staffing at 100%, but like this idea that that the National Guard could be needed, I think is very intimidating.
Well, also he said, quote, use every tool and strategy to help law enforcement maintain order. That is also a threat. I'm excited about the No Kings protests.
Yeah.
It's like in response to increasing authoritarian excesses and corruption from Trump and his allies.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that it's on the same day as a $45 million military birthday parade for himself. I guess that's where all that money went that he's been taking away from people.
It's weird. Mayor Kirk Watson is kind of on like giving this statement sort of thing that most other leaders are doing, where he says we're going to continue to protect the right of people to peacefully assemble, but destructive actions or efforts to hurt police damage the city. Mayor Pro Tem Vanessa Fuentes went a little bit further in her statement, and she said that sending the National Guard to intimidate peaceful protesters is wrong, period. And she will be speaking at the rally on Saturday. So, yeah, we're seeing some leaders, react differently, I guess, to all of this.
Well, and Chief Davis, during her press conference, she was talking about, we're ready for this weekend kind of thing. But the way she was just saying, like, I absolutely support your right to protest. We just want to make sure that it's peaceful and that you're not destroying property or attacking officers and stuff like that. Like, I think the way she said it was so normal and something that you'd expect from an official in your city, whereas like, Governor Abbott just like threatening people with more force and all this stuff, like, and the FAFO and all this stuff. And it's just kind of like, okay, that's embarrassing. Why don't you talk to everyone like they're people instead of, I don't know.
Well, and who's in charge? Like it.
Yeah.
I think that's the thinking with when you send in the National Guard, it like takes away the local autonomy to deal with this as a policing situation. Like APD knows Austin.
Right.
They know what we accept, how we how we behave. Like, I don't know. It feels that I think the unknown of like some other agency coming in that doesn't have that understanding is kind of nerve-wracking.
It's just a pile-on of how the state treats Austin to begin with, right? Like the state's always trying to be in charge of Austin because we don't know how to do it. And it's like, okay, this is just another example of that. And I think it makes people really nervous, like especially after, what we saw last spring at UT during the pro-Palestinian protests about how they just sent in DPS and it made things way more violent than it actually was. And I don't think people like that. Like, I think the threats, I don't know. I just don't think threatening the people that you govern is the way to go. That's my hot take.
It's given, don't make me come in their energy, and I'm over it. I have nothing nice to say about it. They know in the moment people are not going to be able to tell who's doing what, and it's going to create further dissension between APD and its constituents. And there's already a tenuous relationship between APD and Austinites, and all this is going to do is make that worse, because DPS is going to come in pepper spray blazing, as they always do, and create chaos.
Well, if you're planning on going this weekend, Austinites do understand how to protest peacefully, but just be vigilant and be aware and remember what you're there for,
Yeah.
And, I just hope that it stays peaceful, and that also people aren't intimidated to not come.
Yeah.
Because of this show of force.
I know a lot of people are scared of coming.
Yeah.
And I think, to your point, I think that there are definitely some people, there are different aisles when it comes to protesting, right? There are some people that believe peaceful protesting does not work. You have to make noise. You have to you got to fuck up their shit, for lack of a better way to say it. And, I hear that. I understand that. But I think that, like, if organizers are specifically saying, let's keep this peaceful, we're doing good trouble.
We're dressing up as clowns.
We're dressing up as clowns. Like, it's like we're come in costumes. We're going to be, which I think is very clever, because, I'm kind of like, I really want to dress up as a clown. I don't want to be fighting while I'm in a clown suit. So, like,
it's hard to fight in a clown suit.
It is. It's hard to fight when you're in clown makeup. So I think that, like, I do lean towards respecting the wishes of the people that are organizing it. And show up peacefully. I'll sit in the elder queers area, wherever that is, and try to stay under the radar.
Yeah.
And be protective of others.
The elder queer section. It's a sitting section.
Yeah, it's a sitting section.
Are you all wearing a certain color clown suit?
Yeah, there are going to be fans. We're going to have,
wigs.
We're all going to have our hokas on and our Birkenstocks, and we're just going to support and protect our babies.
In the shade.
In the shade. In the shade, for sure. So,
yeah.
Anyways, it's a crazy time, and everybody's super heightened, and everybody is scared. So everybody just please be safe. Hey y'all, it's Nikki. I have to tell you about Tecovas boots. I finally have a pair, and I don't know if y'all know this, but they're handmade, high quality, and stylish. And they're comfortable right outside of the box. Now, I know we buy everything online these days, but trust me, you have to get fitted for some boots at Tecovas. Now, whether you're like me, a newbie to boots, or you have a closet full of them, the folks at Tecovas will help you find your next favorite pair. So, grab a friend, head on over to the Tecovas flagship on South Congress or their store at the Domain. Plus, good news, they just opened a store in Georgetown at 709 Main Street for those of you that live just a little further north. With 3 locations in town, you have no excuses. So, that's tecovas.com. TECOVAS.com. Don't go gently, y'all. So we want to update you guys on a couple of things that we have talked about kind of before briefly. Well, probably not really quickly because it's us. Am I right?
Hey.
First up, Taylor Pride update. We talked about this last week about Mayor Dwayne Areola.
Oh, wait, what was his name?
I forgot that he had a nipple name. Oh, no.
Wait, one more time?
Dwayne Areola.
Can you talk like that all the time, actually?
This man. So just to bring you up to speed, after 4 years of receiving a proclamation for Pride Month, for the first time, the new mayor, Dwayne Areola, decided not to give a proclamation recognizing Taylor Pride. And they're still going to hold its 5th annual Music and Arts Pride Festival later this month. Speaking of fucking around and finding out, If Texas ain't going to do nothing, Texans ain't going to do nothing else. We're going to do what we want, especially rural Texas towns. Taylor Pride held Williamson County's first ever in-person Pride event in 2021. Over the years, the organization has evolved into a resource and advocacy group for LGBTQIA plus people in Taylor and surrounding communities. Because that's the thing. Taylor is kind of like the big city in all of these rural outlying kind of little communities. And it is the only place that these rural communities have to come to. They host events like voter registration happy hours, drag shows, and self-love yoga. So this is more than just like, we want to hold some flags and walk through the street and have a parade. This is like resources and community for people. Taylor Pride board member Denise Rogers, she started a petition to get Mayor Dwayne Ariola
This is a good bit.
to get him to change his mind and do the proclamation just as the city has done in past 4 years. There are already 1,500 signatures so far. I want to quote the petition because I thought this is really, really sweet. It says, quote, "The denial contradicts the inclusive values we hold dear. And the reality, our residents continue to embrace and promote diversity, acceptance, and love for all." Y'all, I can't. It had me in my feelings this morning. So this festival is going to take place on June 28th from 4 to 10 at Heritage Park in downtown Taylor. So if you Austinites ain't doing nothing that day and you're looking for something to do, why not go in and, support our friends in Taylor, show up, be fabulous, and spread some of our love. One of Roger's other quotes that I love that I think is appropriate because of how things are in the world right now, and I love this. She says, one of these days, they're going to learn that every time they push back, we get more support. We just get bigger. So that's the update. Taylor is having their Pride anyway.
Isn't that kind of the thesis of Pride, too? So I think that's fun.
Yeah, I love it.
Good for them.
I know. So shout out to Taylor. Shout out to Taylor. And I hope some of us Austinites can make it down there to support them. Kelsey?
I'm now going to talk about the airport.
I didn't even give you a segue. Taylor is spreading their wings and flying.
Perfect.
There it is. There it is.
Excellent.
So, we have talked about this before on the podcast, just about all of the mishigas going on at Austin Bergstrom International Airport. And KUT had a great story this week just about the problem with air traffic controllers at ABIA. They are really, really, really understaffed. The tower at the airport is supposed to have 60 fully certified controllers, according to targets from the FAA. And as of January, it only had 32.
Uh-oh.
But that number is probably actually even smaller, according to Lloyd Doggett. He said that it's probably the actual number of controllers available to work is even lower after accounting for medical leave. And he said that there's only 29 air traffic controllers, which puts Austin among the 10 most understaffed towers in the country.
All right.
Yeah. And that's based on 2023 numbers, but that's recent enough for me.
I mean, he is a U.S. representative, and if he's the one putting out these numbers, they probably haven't gotten better.
So what happens with these shortages is that it forces federal officials to slow the pace of arriving flights. And so sometimes they'll hold planes on the ground in other cities to avoid overwhelming the tower. And those delays are known as ground delay programs. And that's what happened twice at our airport in May. And last summer, to kind of address all of this, the FAA boosted Austin's staffing target from 42 to 60 controllers last summer. But our trainee numbers have declined. so it's still not good.
We've lost people.
Yeah, so the airport had 9 trainees when the goal was increased to 60 controllers last July. And then that number of trainees fell to 7 in November and stood at 8 in January, according to some data that KUT got via open records requests.
Oh, goodness.
So it's just not good. And with the number of people that they're missing, it's causing controllers who we do have to endure mandatory overtime, 6-day work weeks, and they're managing more flights with less rest. So it's just all around, it's not good. And the city is asking federal officials to act on this.
I have a dumb take on this.
Let's hear it, girl.
Let me hear it. Let me hear it. Because as somebody that's traveling next week, I am scared.
Why can't we get AI to solve this? Like, I'm sorry, we're doing AI.
Eva Ruth, no.
No, y'all.
Oh my God, I didn't know I was sitting here with an op. What's happening?
No.
I am saying there
Oh
are
my
some jobs that
God.
I think that the air traffic controllers don't need. Like, look, we don't have even half of how many we're supposed to have. There's nothing that the computers can do for us.
No, because when the inevitable AI takeover happens, they're just going to be crashing our planes in the sky. No, don't give it to them. No.
We're doing a pretty good job of crashing the planes on our own.
Don't say that. I'm getting on a plane next week, Eva Ruth.
Eva Ruth, my biggest enemy.
Oh my God.
She's like, you're gonna die, and AI should be doing everything.
I'm going to give Nicole your phone number so that when I'm freaking out, she can call you and be like, this is your fault.
I mean, I see. I get it.
You know what? That was a dumb question.
Eva Ruth.
Fine. Fair enough.
Kelsey called you an op, Eva Ruth.
She sure did. I'm not pro. I'm just saying we're using AI to do a bunch of shit right now that's like less meaningful than plane traffic. Okay. And if we have a deficit of people here, I'm willing to give some water and power to this AI effort of
He was like, well, if they would come and ask me, I'd say I'm willing. I'm willing to give it to them.
I volunteer my water as tribute.
She said, you know what we need? We need ChatGPT in the sky. That's what we need.
ChatGPT, how do I fly this plane?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Was it one of y'all or is this my sister who calls it Chad?
That's
definitely
your
not
This is
sister.
Lisa. This is Lisa. Lisa calls
oh my God,
ChatGPT Chad. And she's like, I asked Chad, blah, blah, blah.
I am so anti-AI. I'm starting to feel like a boomer. Like every time I see it, I'm like, oh no, I don't want to change my face. Get out of here, AI. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, or like there's
That is not what I meant.
there's a meme going around. I guess it's a meme. Whatever, an internet joke. God, now I sound 85.
Wow.
But it's people being
On
like,
the Facebooks.
yeah, it's like on Twitter. It's people being like, it's like, is ChatGPT down for anyone else? I'm in the middle of brain surgery and I don't know what to do next. Like I'm performing brain surgery and I don't know what to do next. That's Eva Ruth. She's like, is ChatGPT down for anyone else? I'm trying to land a plane right now.
Jesus Christ. Somebody donate some water so I can land this plane.
Right. It's bad for the environment, Eva Ruth, and you love being outside. God. Oh,
I know.
Let's have a roast.
Y'all, help me.
Listen. We're going to settle this the American way. We're going to get a kiddie pool
A thumb war.
and some Jell-O, and we're going to charge admission.
You're going to be like, we're going to get tear gas. And I was like, what?
kiddie pool and Jell-O. And we go,
Perfect.
Does this count as fucking around and finding out?
yeah, this is why I'm afraid of AI really, really, really quick. I don't know if I can't ever tell what is real. And I don't like it. I can't. It's getting better and better and
That's
better
true.
and better. I can never tell what's real. So this black man asked, I saw a video the other day. This black man was like, if you came down, he asked ChatGPT, if you came down like as like an angel, you came back to heaven and God would allow you to be any person you want or any type of person you want, but you want to pick the type of person that is closest to God, that's closest to being the best person. And he puts it on, like, they can speak their answers. He goes, if I was to come back as any person, it would be a black person. That's where civilization starts. Black people are the, people closest to God. And as he would start explaining, he started saying, we are the birth of civilization. We created this. We created
Get me
that.
out of here.
I was like, wait a minute now, chat. I don't like it. He's already decided he black. He's in the middle of the answer.
He talked himself into it.
He talked himself into it in real time. I was like, I don't like it. Keep it away from me.
And with all the art stuff, like when it comes to movies and stuff too,
AI
why
art,
on earth would I want my art made by not a person? I don't want to experience that.
Have you ever asked Chad to turn somebody into a tater tot?
Do I need to do that?
What? No.
No, you don't need to, but it's funny.
That can't be a reason why. You want the world to end. She said, you know what? It uses so much water, but I do need to turn someone into a tater tot right now. So
Don't knock it till you try it. So SB 3 was passed by the House and the Senate. It's waiting for Governor Abbott to do something. So it's this bill that would ban basically all consumable hemp in the state. There's like thousands of people who work in this industry now. It makes millions of dollars in tax revenue every year. There's people who are very opposed to it. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, this was like his main priority this session, was to ban consumable hemp. And, now we're hearing from the other side quite a bit, people who have used these products to help them get through PTSD or depression or all kinds of medical issues. And so Abbott has until June 22nd to do something with this bill. He can either sign it into law or veto it. And if he does nothing, then it'll just go into law on September 1st. And he was interviewed this week by Jeremy Wallace from the Texas Take podcast. He's also a reporter with Houston Chronicle. He told Jeremy that he was weighing both sides. He's not predisposed one way or the other. He's going to give it the thoughtful consideration from every angle that it deserves, and said that there are people on both sides of the issue that have concerns, and those concerns need to be looked at. So it's kind of just still waiting and seeing what will happen with that. But it's coming down to the wire here with this bill. It's going to be a big news story either way. I don't think he's really indicated what he's going to do. So who knows? Maybe we could ask ChatGPT how he's going to vote.
Oh, Lord.
I'll do it.
Governor Abbott, just let me have my go-go juice, please. Just, I need my cocktails. I need my THC cocktails. Don't take them from me.
also just be cool for once. you know?
You're using the lingo.
Yeah,
you're using
come on.
FAFO. Let us have, come on. So many businesses stand to lose their, come on, man.
Yeah, a lot of money. Yeah. I mean, he may call a special session to try to figure it out. I think there's a possibility of that, but everybody that I've told to is like, get away from me.
They're like, please, no special session.
Yeah. You're putting
True.
a hex on my house. So anyway.
Eva Ruth is like, let's just chat GPT to do a special session.
I love that Kelsey is not letting you live this down.
It's never going to go away.
I'm going to ask ChatGPT to give me my descriptors for next week.
No!
Oh, see? Welcome to the dark side.
No, I'm talking all that smack, Kelsey. I absolutely am not. I'm talking so much smack and I'm too scared to do it. I'm telling y'all, in 10 years' time, I'm going to be living in some sort of off-grid
Nikki's going to be looking in the encyclopedias for answers.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to be living on some sort of off-grid campus, scared of AI.
When I Google something, I do minus AI at the end so that AI brief doesn't pop up.
I didn't know you could do that. Oh, thank you for that.
You're
I did not know
welcome.
you could do that. Thank
She's a
you.
stan. She's an anti-AI stan, everyone.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Well, we already know what Eva Ruth is doing this weekend.
She's turning us all into tater tots.
I'm making tater tot, people. Try and stop me.
I'm making tater tots.
FAFO, I'm going to turn you into a tater tot.
That sounds terrifying.
how I
I
react.
do not want to think about myself as a tater tot. No.
And if I do, I want a local artist to make me into a tater tot.
It's me. I'm your local artist. I'm going to take protest pictures and turn them into tater tots and put them on our social media, and you're going to eat it up.
Oh my God.
Eva Marie Ruth Moravec. Because I needed to give you an extra middle name.
I like that.
To
I like
get your
that.
attention.
Yes, ma'am.
So now that we've gone down the rabbit hole of AI, we're going to get into something that I kind of love because I'm nosy. So I want to know what y'all doing this weekend.
So I am actually muy excited about this. We have tickets to Austin Monthly's 3rd annual Burger Bash on Saturday.
Ooh, God, I want to
And-
go to that.
That sounds awesome. I did not know that was a thing.
It's going to be so fun. And tickets for this are $55 each. And it's from noon to 4 on Saturday. And each ticket purchase comes with the opportunity to try more than 20 Burgers.
Yes.
What?
I'm hoping they are small bites of burgers.
Surely.
Your girl loves a burger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love a burger. And there's also a DJ Sunset Canyon, shopping with local vendors, French fries, ice cream samples, and more. And you can get drinks if you have room for more than 20 burgers. But yeah, I'm excited. It sounds like a great way to try a whole bunch of different burgers around town, kind of find your favorite.
Ooh, and
these are
La
all
Barbecue's
places.
going to be there.
Yeah. There's everything from, Bill's Oyster, Iron Burger, Jew Boy,
It's gonna be
Phoebe's
so
Diner,
packed, though.
Uptown. I mean, there's tons and tons of different places participating. So I'm
Oh.
excited about that. What are y'all doing this weekend?
My parents are actually coming into town this weekend.
What?
Yes, for Father's Day. My father, a friend of the pod, Ron Bradshaw, and my mom, Phyllis, they'll be in town.
Come on, Ron and
And
Phyllis.
I think we finally have the time on this visit to take my dad to Barton Springs Pool. He has never been.
That's right. That's right. You told us that. Yeah.
And like the last couple of times I've been like, we're going to the pool, and then it doesn't happen. And I really think it's going to happen this time.
Okay.
And then on Sunday, I think like on Father's Day, we're going to go to Lockhart because we've been slowly checking off barbecue restaurants from our list. And I think this time we're going to try Cruise Market. I was like, let's go get in line, like at La Barbecue, Leroy and Lewis, like literally anyone that was on the Texas Monthly list in Austin. And my dad was like, I don't know if I want to stand in line on Father's Day, on my big day. So I think we'll go to Cruise Market. I don't think there'll be a big line.
I
Good.
kind of love that. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. I love that Ron is like,
Yeah.
no thanks.
I'll wait for a couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does love Barb's BQ. That was the first place we went to in Lockhart. And we did do the waiting thing, and it
Oh.
was nice. But I feel like the waiting thing is maybe a once a year.
Yeah,
event.
that's yeah.
and not a June thing.
Yeah, it's
And
too
it's
hot.
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hot.
What are you doing this weekend, Nikki?
Yeah, Nikki, give us your 18 things, please.
You guys are gonna be so proud of me. So I only have like 3 or 4 things this week. So
Mhm.
Friday, I'm staying at home. I'm gonna stay at home. I'm gonna clean my house.
Oh.
I mean, that's the plan, unless somebody calls me last minute and it's like something that I absolutely cannot say no to. But okay, so Saturday, there's a lot of stuff going on this week. Saturday during the day, the Carver Museum is having Stay Black and Live, Austin's citywide Juneteenth festival. That's happening from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. and it is free right behind the Carver Museum. It's going to be DJs, barbecue, games, fun activations. Kids are involved. And then at around 4 o'clock, the music is going to start. So, and listen to these artists because this is amazing. So, Tamika Jones and Houston-based artist Charlie Boy.
Mm.
And some people don't know who that is, but I know that is, and I think that's amazing. So, Stay Black and Live, Austin Citywide Juneteenth Festival. And then Saturday, of course, is the protest from 5 to 8 at the Capitol, the clown protesting. And I hope to be there. And then Saturday night is Body Rock's tribute to Prince. And I don't know if anybody has ever been to a Body Rock tribute to Prince. It is something to see and do and be a part of. It is probably one of my favorite Body Rocks that happens throughout the year, and it's going to be at Parish. So inside, air conditioned. The tickets are only $10. That's on Saturday night at Parish.
Nice.
And then on Sunday, Campfire Queer Story Time for Pride the theme is called Super Gay Poems, and that's put on by Rainbow Connections ATX. It's like community for our senior queers, and they do all these really cute and fun things, but they're having a story time with gay poems at the Vortex, and that's free from 6 to 7. But the thing that I am most excited about, y'all, Sunday night, Wu-Tang Clan and Run the Jewels.
You're going?
Oh.
Yes.
Nice.
I am so excited.
Oh my
I
God.
am so excited.
Wait, this
I'm
is
like-
at Moody?
This is at Moody. I have been trying to figure out what concert would get me to the Moody Theater finally, and this is the one.
This is your first time.
This is my first time. My first time at the new venue. So Wu-Tang Clan.
That'll be a good show.
And Run the Jewels, 7 p.m. at the Moody Center. If you have not gotten your tickets, there are still tickets. It's going to be a dope show.
Nice.
And that's what I'm doing this weekend, y'all. We hope that you get out into the city this week and do some fun stuff and some cool stuff. It is Father's Day weekend. And so if you have a father to celebrate, we hope that you celebrate your dad and have all the good fun and do all the good things, but stay safe. Please keep cool. Make good trouble. I'm just saying, it's a busy weekend. We are tits deep in the summer, y'all. Stuff is just happening all the time.
Indeed.
Kelsey, Eva Ruth, thank you so much. As usual, this is the highlight of my week every single week. Thank you for doing this with me and rounding up the news.
I'll see you tater tots later.
Oh my God, Eva Ruth.
I'll see you later, Nikki. Not my enemy.
Why are you poking the bear? Eva Ruth. It was just poke.
Later, taters.
Bye.
That's all for today here on CityCast Austin. Our executive producer is Eva Ruth Morbeck. Our producer is Alyssa Castles, and I'm your host, Nikki Devon. Our Hey Austin newsletter editor is Kelsey Bradshaw, and music is by Nelson Valente Aguilar of Como Las Movies, with additional music by All the Kimonos, Thomas Finson from EpidemicSound.com, and Golden Vibes and Andy Ellison from Triple Scoop Music via Getty Images. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell a friend, rate the show, leave us a review, and of course, subscribe to our Hey Austin newsletter. We'll be back Monday morning with more news from around the city. Bye, y'all.